Welcome, guys, to the Calisthenic Hub. Those of you for sorry, those are why can I not speak right now? Those new to the channel, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. I have the pleasure and the honor to have another female athlete. I'm always so excited to have athletes from all over the world, but not only that, another female athlete. So let's get right to it. Let's meet Aspen. Let's find out more about her and her journey with calisthenics. Thank you, Aspen, for your time today and doing this interview. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me, Aspen, where are you from? Where are you located? How old are you, and how did you get started with calisthenics?
Okay, so I currently live in Tennessee. The hope is to move to Miami here soon. I'm 19, and let's see. I got into calisthenics a few different ways. My brother is in calisthenics.
Okay.
He's been doing it since he's 15. He's now 22.
What's his name?
Planche Perfect is his Instagram name.
I'll check him out. I'll check him out. There's
yeah,
so many people that practice the sport. Like, it's an abundance of people, and that's what I love. You know, it's awesome. But as you were saying.
Yeah. So he got introduced to it by one of our really good friends who is who I work for now a lot of the time on a clothing company, which is awesome. And so with him being into it, I always wanted to get into it, and I had a lot of my problem was a lot of mental stuff, whether it was being insecure or whatnot, and not wanting to actually like fully go into it. So I started off like just doing handstands a little bit here and there and being really shy about it. And about maybe a year and a half ago, I started like actually like doing it. Like I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what like motivated you to get like, a year and a half ago? What was that spark, that motivation? I really was like, I'm full-fledged. I'm going for it.
I think it was definitely like I was at probably my lowest point at that time.
Okay.
And when I would start, I would do it here and there with my brother, and the more and more it became like something I did, the more I was like, I feel really good. Like this actually makes me happy. This makes me look forward to getting up and training and learning, like experiencing what the body can actually do, because it's crazy what you never even know that it can do that type of stuff. So
I agree. Like one of the things that I saw was the fact that we can like defy gravity in a sense with our bodies, which I thought that was freaking wicked.
Sure.
Was there like a specific athlete or maybe a move that got you like hooked on calisthenics as well through the inspiration that you had earlier?
So the first thing my brother learned was a muscle up.
Okay.
And like the basic, right? And I thought it was so cool. And I never, ever imagined myself being able to do anything like that. Right. And so I remember the first day he was like, Aspen, you can do this. I know you can. Like, Kip, do whatever you got to do. And so I was like, all right. So I ended up like on that day, I was determined to get it. And I did like this jankety chicken wing muscle up.
Yeah, the first one that always comes up.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself for doing that. And it was like at that moment when I had like that switch, I was like, I love this. And this is cool. So a muscle up was definitely like my main goal. But
nice.
Probably second was a press. Like I always wanted to do a press. I would follow like actual gymnasts.
Right.
And anyone who did like yoga, any type of press. And so that was probably also one of the hardest things for me to learn. Okay. So I don't know why, but my body does not, I don't know, but I got it now. So
I mean, doing any type of press, whether it's a planche press, a handstand press, it takes a lot of mind muscle connection and coordination and right. And just overall strength, but you keep working towards it and you do it. That's awesome.
For sure.
That's awesome. Compared to like when you first started and now, how can you say your exercises or your training is different?
In like the physical way.
Sure, like, or if you can also elaborate on the mental way, why not?
Okay.
Any which way you want to elaborate.
All right. Well, mentally, I think fitness in general, like it like changes a lot. Like it's not only like the physical, it's like definitely a lot mental too. And just,
sure.
When you can like, when something becomes, let's see, for me, it's like the movements and like being able to like at first, like not even be able to feel like a muscle that's supposed to be moving or whatever. And then now like I know exactly what muscle I need to move and use for the exact move. And I think that's pretty cool. That's definitely the biggest thing I've noticed in the physical, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely. And do you structure your training any way differently now as opposed to when you started? And what I mean by that, like, days of training, maybe do you train one day for skill, one day for strength, stuff like that?
Yeah, I currently don't have that much access to like a bar, which is one reason I'm trying to move to Miami, and plus I love it there. But I'm currently only able to train like once a week on a bar. So I'm doing a lot of statics lately and just trying to use what I can for right now.
Yeah.
So I'd say currently it's pretty much statics 4 times a week and then like one day of but like actually doing flows on the bar, and then like 1 or 2 rest days in there. But that's I'm kind of really off on my scheduling and how things go. So, and I also just got a wrist injury that I am working very hard at too. Yeah. So
it literally just happened today, man. I'm a little upset. I wasn't even doing anything crazy. I slipped a little bit, and when I recalled myself and I re-gripped, I felt the pressure on there. I was like, oh boy, this exercise is gonna be cut in half. Yeah, but it's all good. I got some ice and hot on it. I'm gonna keep it keep it steady and take a little rehab for like the next few days. Work out some legs and core. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's it. You cannot stop. You gotta just transition it, and just listen to your body though. Like right now, I'm gonna be disabled as far as upper body, but I still got a lower body to work out.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So do you do lower body workouts as well? I mean, you just mentioned
I do.
That now.
I don't I literally probably do legs like once a week. I don't focus on it, but when I do it, I try and use heavier weights, and then also a lot of like running, and like I do a lot of like small as well. Like I do like the heavy weights, but I also try to incorporate like small movements for my legs to so that's kind of what I do for my legs, but pretty much just one day a week.
Gotcha. How's your nutrition as far as like, do you do a specific diet, or do you kind of just more conscious eating?
So I actually grew up on a super like healthy diet. My parents have always been into health. I remember at one point, like we did absolutely no grains, and like when I was younger, like we always were on something crazy and something different. So I like to think I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to the health world. I know there's lots of different ways to look at health in general, but I say like I can get very into it, almost like too into it, where it's like, okay, this isn't even like realistic. So I normally just try and keep it organic, little to no grains, but I do bring some grains in because I know it's also needed for your body. And that's pretty much all. If I ever want like a reset for my system, my favorite thing to do is a juice cleanse, and I'll do a quick 3-day juice cleanse, just for a little reset if I've kind of gone off the healthy eating path or whatever.
I hear you. Well, cheat days are always required. I mean, I think that's also part of like the mental health too. Just staying happy. Who doesn't like ice cream every now and then? Or when you're out with your friends, if you midnight pizza run, why not?
Exactly, and I think that's the biggest thing. Not stressing about it, because the stress on your body is worse than actually eating the food.
Absolutely.
So I definitely.
I'm glad that you brought that up. The stress of like like having that guilt. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, and silently, stress is a killer.
Right.
For sure.
So
do you feel like calisthenics has helped you out with daily stresses as well?
Oh, 100%. It's grown. It's been the biggest mental growth that has ever, more than anything. So yeah, just from like having to be dedicated and having to push through even on your bad days, or just helping yourself listen to your body more, because it's definitely a need in calisthenics. So the mental and physical connection is just a whole, like you grow so much from that connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen that as a pattern, doing this project, it's so much growth in different areas of your life. And that's what I love about this. You know, at first, you know, people go into it because maybe they want to do a certain skill or they want to have like a specific body type, you know, and over time you build confidence, you know, you build discipline and so much more, so much more. Has calisthenics affected any areas of your life that you didn't think it would?
I would, well, it definitely, I don't know if it affected in a good way or bad way. Like,
well, I think calisthenics only, in my opinion, only has positives up until you get injured. But besides that, yeah, I mean, I don't consider an injury a bad thing too. It was just like misinformation,
it is a learning,
and it's a learning curve, right? Because you know, you probably didn't know how to do it too. I think that a lot of injuries come from not having that knowledge of how to do things or how to progress properly. But besides that, it's all positives in my opinion, and from what I've noticed.
Yeah. It's definitely like giving me like the positives that it has. I'm a big people person, and so it's been like giving me so many opportunities to like expand my people skills and be able to explore more, and it's given me like a whole new perspective of life that I never thought I'd see. So for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. What keeps you motivated now? You know, you've been training for like, what is it, about three years or so?
No, like a year and a half.
A year and a half. I'm sorry. Yeah. Or you got into it like fully fledged a year and a half. You was just practicing handstands before that.
Yeah.
How long you was practicing handstands before that? More or less.
I would say about 2 years on and off.
On and off.
It was definitely never a consistent thing, but
so let's call it two and a half years.
Before that.
Let's call it 2 years you've been doing some sort of body weighting. I said let's call it 2 years and two and a half years you've been doing body weighted training.
Yes.
Handstands is a body weight training, believe it or not. A lot of people don't consider it. But yeah. So in that time span that you've done all of this in two and a half years, what keeps you motivated now?
I think what keeps me motivated, like just the more I can push myself and the more I can like find new things of life, I think is the most exciting thing. And that's like one of the biggest thing in calisthenics to me is that like there's always something new and like almost the excitement of learning something new. So I'm always like searching for that new thing. So I'm always like, all right, I got to train because I know something's about to happen. I'm about to like expand my mental self, my physical self. And so that's probably what keeps me the most motivated, just like excited for what I'm about to learn and what I'm about to find out.
And you level up. You just look forward to that new challenge, and that's what I love about this sport too. You could always challenge yourself. Even the people that have been doing this for years, you know, they can always find a new way to challenge themselves and elevate the sport and elevate the level. That's what I love about this, and the new generation too. I think some young guys just start flying off the bars, and there's definitely some young females out there that I've been seeing getting into it more and more. Like I said, I've been doing more research and. It's the community is expanding like rapidly, which I'm loving. Awesome. I'm loving, and you know, hopefully we can just keep on making it bigger. What do you feel like calisthenics has helped you with any like negative emotions you may have had in your life? Maybe stuff like anxiety, depression, or anything of that nature.
Yeah. So, well, I'll go ahead. I had a point in my life when I talked about was kind of like my lowest, and when I was like finally decided, all right, this is what I love. I definitely was like super depressed at one point in my life. I hated I would look in the mirror and just hate myself. Even though I wasn't like, my body was fine, I just hated looking at myself. I had no confidence in any way, shape, or form. And so it's definitely like my confidence level has gone from like the lowest it could be to like skyrocketed. And just because I think more than anything, that mental, what working out and what calisthenics does to your brain, the mental physical connection that we've talked about, just that has built my confidence, and my depression completely has gone away from just having something that can have that mental physical connection.
Absolutely. I've also feel like I'm also very euphoric, and I'm more of a more better state of mind after working out. I'm just I'm literally happy. You know, I could be tired. I could be tired, tired and exhausted, but I still somehow be happy. Like I'm more relaxed too. Maybe it's because I'm also tired, so I'm just looking forward to a nice little, good warm shower or something. But it's something that I realize that every time I work out, I feel happy. Even if it's just a couple push-ups, you know,
Yeah,
it's euphoric. It's definitely euphoric and therapeutic for sure.
100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, ladies, if you're looking for something that just to, you know, take some stress off your life, just get into it, you know. Start with
For
some
sure.
stretching
Yeah.
and then get into it. If this is about body movement, just get the body
Yeah,
moving. Get the body
for
moving.
sure, 100%. Just one step at a time. And
Yeah, yeah. Nobody's telling you to do a handstand right away. You know,
no. In the
just
process, what I want to stress the most is enjoy the process, enjoy the beginning. That is what I am so like. I wish I would have enjoyed the beginning process even more than I did because it's so beautiful
it
looking
is.
back.
It is. I documented my journey as well.
Mhm.
That's something I recommend everyone to do because that's self motivation. Yeah,
Yeah,
you go back and you see
100%.
what and also I don't know if you have an iPhone, but iPhone has like this new thing that's called memories and it plays it back. I just new to me. I just found out.
Yeah,
So you know, it gave me like a quick like month look back, and it just gave me a whole bunch of my planche work that I you know record, and I just have it there just for form and you know just documentation as I mentioned in my journey. And I look
Mhm.
back at it, I was just like woke up one day and I'm like, oh, a new memory for 2020, and I'm like, what's this? I didn't record this, and you know just looking back at that, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I gotta get back at it, like you know, like I saw my progression in that little month. It wasn't like crazy, but the form got better. I was able to hold it for a couple seconds, you know, more. So like those small things, I'm like, oh man. So
yeah,
definitely, guys, document your journey, and as you stated, enjoy,
yeah,
enjoy. That's the most important part, you know. Like love the mistakes, love the
yeah,
failure
for sure.
for sure, because that's you learn from them. That's all you can. Everything's a lesson in calisthenics. That's for sure.
Well, yeah,
100%.
all lessons.
Speaking of lessons, you know, in calisthenics, have you what actually rather let me say it like this: what setbacks have you encountered during your journey?
Um, Injuries, like injury wise, and I've
Um, sure. Let's talk about the injuries because that's the kind of theme. It
yeah,
happens,
yeah.
and then you know
Well,
sometimes you don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I've only had like two major injuries, and that's a past wrist one and then also the same wrist one that I'm dealing with right now. And that first one kept me out for like a few months, like straight, like nothing. So yeah, that was probably the biggest injury wise.
Yeah, not good, not good, not good. But you know, you recover. And I'm you're dealing with another one now, so hopefully you get to a
I
speedy
know.
recovery.
Hey, but I've gone through it, so I know the tricks and tips, and so I'm
Any
hopefully gonna.
recommendations on the wrist? I kind of sprained myself. Hopefully, there's nothing that crazy.
Do you,
But
do you use essential oils on yours?
no, no, I pretty much just put some ice and hot. And that's pretty much how I usually fix most of my little sprains. And I lay off it, you know, and then I just kind of
Yeah,
like,
that's the
you
biggest
know,
point, and that's the hardest part.
yeah, that's the hardest part because I feel so bad when I'm not training my just in general, like either whether it's planche or doing
Mhm.
handstands, which is something I enjoy doing and love at the same time and hate. But it is what it is. It's a love and hate
Yeah.
relationship with planche and and handstand for me. I shouldn't say that after saying love the journey, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. But I love it more than I hate it. I promise you that. I promise you
There
that.
you go. There you
I
go.
promise you that, guys. Oh my God, I'm just contradicting everything I'm saying right now. Let's talk about a little bit about your future. Matter of fact, actually, no. One more question before that. If you can go back now, 2.5 years ago, and give yourself any piece of advice, what would it be?
um, Probably to listen to your body more. I definitely like did not do that the first a lot of my journey up until my first wrist injury. I really didn't listen to my body, and that and also stress less because it's really like it's a fun sport. It's something fun. You can enjoy it so much more when you're not stressing about like trying to get this move when you literally just enjoy it,
Yeah,
love it, and stress less, then your body is able to actually get the move faster. So I wish I could tell my past self that.
I gotta stop stressing the planche.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
This is me with the one arm right now.
So what do you see as far as the future with calisthenics for yourself?
So I just competed in my first competition. I
Oh,
I used to tell myself that I would never compete, and it
okay,
was mainly because it was one of the biggest insecurities I could have ever had.
gotcha.
Um, scared. I'm like completely stage fright as much as I love it. It's just a weird thing. So just like, but the more I traveled and like trained with people, the more I figured out that like when I'm with people, like I love it. I love the energy. And I was like, maybe I could compete. Like I knew, as much as I said and told everyone I didn't want to compete, I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I wish I had the confidence to compete. So finally I was like, that's enough. What do I have to lose? I'm going to compete. And so I signed up for the competition in Fresno, California. And I was like, my brother was like telling me like I had to go. He was like, you have to, Aspen, you have to come. So with a little bit of peer pressure, I went, did a lot better than I thought I would. I ended up getting like second place.
Congratulations.
So yeah, it was awesome. But now that I've done that, I like want to compete a lot more in the near future.
Okay.
I also would love to, I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do it and how I want to go about it, but I would love to coach either in an online way or a like actual in-person way. Okay. So yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. Good luck with that venture and good luck with your competitions.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you find yourself training differently now that you're going to be competing more, or?
For sure. Yeah. After the competition, it was my first competition. My first like 45 seconds, I was completely winded and I forgot everything in my head. So I was like,
endurance is the key of the game right there, huh?
Yeah. So definitely a lot more endurance training, being more prepared. I didn't really know how to prepare last time. So now I kind of know. And that's definitely like the main things I'm going to add.
Cool. Well, good luck with that. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. If you can choose one of the three, right, that helped you the most during your journey, would it be purpose, motivation, or discipline?
Oh, those are all so good. Purpose, motivation, or discipline? Probably discipline, because I don't know, it's a hard time between discipline and purpose.
Sure.
But probably I'm going to go with discipline because that's a big thing in my life. I'm all about like disciplining myself in like positive ways. And so it's been one of those sports and one of those things that I've been able to like get myself out of certain things that I shouldn't be, dealing with or whatever, and making myself go train instead. And, and so that's been really awesome. So probably discipline.
Yeah. All three play a factor, but there's no wrong or right answer. This is all your journey,
Right.
And I love that. I love that because you hear different point of views, and thank you for sharing your story and your point of view.
Sure.
It's awesome. You learn so much every time from a new athlete, from a new person, and not only the physical and the training, but also how can we become better people? And that's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
One last question. Can you see yourself without it?
Oh, no, not at all. Like that's all I think about while I'm at work. That's the first thing I do when I get off work. No.
For sure.
I could never see myself not doing it.
That's awesome. You know what? Pop one more. What can we do as a community to improve, if we can improve anything?
Let me think. And like strictly like the calisthenics, like strict community.
Sure.
Is what you're talking about?
Sure. Overall,
I think definitely like I've seen like I'm all about like positivity and bringing people up with you. And I think it is super positive sport, but I think even more positivity and even more like I like the analogy, like when you don't want to climb up a mountain alone and just be there alone. You want to bring people with you for them to experience it with you. And so I think it's probably one of the biggest sports in like the community and bringing people up with you, but I think it can even be bigger.
Even more inclusive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, guys. As I was telling Aspen and many other athletes, of whoever's been watching this channel, the objective is let's elevate the sport, and hopefully, by that inclusiveness, we can help by doing that, by uniting, and everybody can see the sport grow. which I'm sure that's what we want all deep inside, down inside. So like, yeah, that's awesome. I definitely agree with you. That's something we can all improve on. Just keep on being supportive with everybody and bring everybody to the top. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Aspen. Where can we follow you on Instagram or on social media? Like, let us know.
Oh, where you said?
Yeah. Let us know where we can follow you.
Aspen, on Instagram, it's aspen.vincent. On that pretty much every platform, it's aspen.vincent. So super easy.
You guys are, super easy. I'll be sure to put it in the description, guys. Again,
thank you.
Aspen, thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
No, thank you.
Anything you want to say to the ladies out there that may want to start getting into it?
Get into it for sure, because I'm telling you, like, it's not just a sport for men. It's not something that just men can do. We are stronger than we think. And it's the best thing I've ever done for my life. So I think you should at least give it a try if you're debating it.
Absolutely, ladies. It's a lot like yoga. Actually, yoga and calisthenics actually go hand in hand, guys. So if you're already practicing yoga, you're technically doing calisthenics, which is body weighted movements, guys. So take a look at it, guys. Ladies, you already know. Thank you so much for watching. Aspen, thank you again. I really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Guys, be sure to show her some love, follow her. And she put it out pretty simple, and I'll put the links in the description. So thank you again, guys. Follow, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Appreciate it.